I've put this video off for a little while now. It's a little rough for me, this, because I'm actually a big fan of Starfield. I think the game has some enormous potential, and I don't want to throw fuel on the fire of negative rhetoric surrounding the game, especially concerning Creation Club. I loved my time with The Veil, but this follow-up expansion left me wanting so much more and scorning non-stop missed opportunities.
Shall I deal with them?
Allow me.
Don't you pray for me!
I was a big fan of the Bethesda creation, The Veil, from the verified creator, the Almighty. When I first reviewed that creation, I found genuine player choice and agency, a compelling narrative, interesting ideas, well-written characters that you could actually interact with, and top-shelf voice acting, shiny new set pieces, and a handful of impactful decisions that made you feel like you had a real say in how the player made this narrative-focused creation unfold.
Oh, she got it all, my heart, my soul, my wishes, all of my love, my...
So obviously, upon completion of The Veil, I was immediately interested in getting my hands on Beyond The Veil, a direct follow-up from the same creator. The whole concept seemed interesting and captivating right from the start. You find a mysterious, sharply dressed man lingering around the Vanguard orientation hall, someone who appears to not only know the player character, but also far more than he might let on initially about the universe at large and the threats concealed within it. You, the player, are then sent on your way, off on a quest beyond the stars to secure an obscure artifact from an eccentric collector before confronting with a great evil manipulating forces far beyond the reach of your average bandits, spacers, and wild alien beasts. And honestly, that all sounds great on paper. It's a strong concept, and at first I was really enjoying my playthrough. I expected a high standard of storytelling and tight design and the usual polish that the Almighty is known for.
If we're not knee-deep in trouble in 10 minutes, I'll be
Disappointed.
But then the creation ended. And it did just that. It just ended abruptly. That's where my excitement turned into frustration a little bit. The majority of the questline has the player actively killing UC Vanguard soldiers, for example.
Kalel, no!
And for most of my playtime, I was convinced there was going to be a twist, a payoff, an ultimatum. I thought there had to be some kind of reveal or consequence for the hundreds of UC space military personnel I'd just massacred. But no. By the time the credits rolled, the slaughter of what we, the player, later learned were innocent, mind-controlled victims had absolutely no follow-up. No moral consequence, no narrative fallout. It's brushed aside completely. I kept thinking, surely my character has to face some kind of consequence for this, but nothing ever came. The enemy faction itself was another missed opportunity. This new alien race, effectively Starborn-like in concept, was visually interesting enough, a fun new enemy type to be, scattered in here and there, and clearly meant to represent something bigger within the world of Starfield. But once you finish the story of Beyond the Veil, they just cease to be. They disappear. They aren't integrated into the base game on any level. No random encounters, no new points of interest, nothing. I went back, I googled the endings because you get a couple of choices and none of them make a difference as to whether or not these guys pop up in your playthroughs after that fact. It was a real missed opportunity. For a premium creation priced at 400 credits, the lack of persistence felt like a real oversight, It would have been great to see these creatures woven into the wider sandbox after completion, to make the events of Beyond the Veil feel like they had lasting consequences, but they just didn't. And that ties into another big issue, the complete absence of any returning characters from The Veil. Emily Archer and her UC intelligence contact, Agent Blue, who were both great additions in the original creation, are nowhere to be found here. It's a strange choice because the story practically begged for their return, especially considering you're wiping out UC military personnel by the hundreds. A small cameo, a passing mention, anything would have gone a long way in grounding this follow-up within the same universe. Without them, it felt oddly disconnected, more like a side project or a tangent than a true continuation of The Veil. Now, in fairness, Beyond the Veil does have its own strengths. It's a good, straightforward vengeance tale at its core, the classic good guy hunts down bad guy setup. And sometimes that's all you need. Sure, the shooting galleries are long, challenging, satisfying. You'll burn through ammo, med kits if you're not careful. I really liked that. There's a good sense of scale and tension during the heavier combat segments. The new enemy type, though underused, is also a welcome addition and gives the creation its own flavour. But when it's all said and done, I just couldn't shake the feeling that Beyond the Veil was a bit of a missed opportunity. That's what I came away from the whole thing thinking. I saw a lot of comments when I reviewed The Veil, and just mentioning an interest in Starfield, people saying, if you like The Veil, you'll love Beyond the Veil, or you've got to try The Veil and Beyond the Veil. And honestly, as someone who really loved The Veil and was looking forward to this, that just wasn't my experience here. And I'm all for the creations, even the paid creations. I support the system. But by comparison to its original, prequel, this follow-up felt like just a cacophony of missed opportunities. A technically sound, well-presented creation that just didn't deliver on the emotional or narrative depth of its predecessor. It had moments of brilliance, sure, but they were fleeting, and it left me feeling a little down, if I'm being honest, a little taken for granted as a consumer. I like the Almighty and their work, I really do. They're one of the few creators on the Creation Club consistently delivering high-quality, lore-friendly content that feels like it could have come straight out of Bethesda itself. And these guys are few and far between, and despite the Creation Club's controversial reputation, I still think it has massive potential to surface truly great, ambitious content for Starfield. But this one, Beyond the Veil, ultimately, it felt like a cash grab. This really could have been something great if it had just been fleshed out a little more, with some more time, attention and detail. I feel like there's still potential in the Almighty's work, and I'm checking out Everbright, and I'm excited to see what else he's come up with, because he clearly lost interest in what he wanted to do with the story, or it feels like he wanted to integrate these aliens into a wider part of the Starfield universe through Radiant Encounters, but he couldn't with the mod kit or something. I don't know, it just felt like something was off with this whole thing. I liked parts of it, but overall it just left a bad taste in my mouth. It was a real step in the wrong direction from the mod author, who beforehand I had a lot of time and respect for. And still, I'll keep an eye out for his work, and if people want to recommend something, I'll have a look. But Beyond the Veil just left me feeling a bit wanting. I wanted a bit more from it.
Shall I deal with them?
Allow me.
Hello, massive thank you if you've made it this far. Thanks for clicking on the video full stop. I hope you enjoyed what you heard here, even if it wasn't all completely positive. I know I haven't uploaded in a minute. I've just been really busy, to be honest, but I've got some fun video ideas coming up. I'm going to try and get them uploaded through the Christmas holidays for everyone, so keep an eye on the channel. We're still a small channel, up and coming and growing. A like and a subscribe would mean the world to me. Thank you so much again for watching and for clicking. Like, subscribe, bye.